Hi, welcome to my setup video for the yes no button. So, to start things off, we're going to need our Unity project open with our avatar. Make sure you have the Poyomi shaders installed, you have the gesture manager installed, and the avatars 3.0 manager. For the gesture manager and avatars 3.0 manager, you can install these very easily through the Creator Companion app, which I would heavily recommend using. It lets you easily set up VRChat ready Unity projects that just come installed with the VRChat SDKs that you need, and then the gesture manager and the avatars 3.0 manager, you can easily install them just by clicking the little pluses here. If you didn't set up your project using the Creator Companion app, you can find both the gesture manager, avatars 3.0 manager, and the Poyomi toon shader online. Just go to their GitHub pages, just download the Unity package, and then import it into your project. Once that's all done, your project should be ready to import the yes no button into. So, you want to open up the File Explorer and navigate to the folder where you have your yes no button assets. You should have the readme text file and the yes no button.unity package. Simply drag and drop this into the project folder down here. A new window will pop up. Make sure all of these are ticked on, and then click the import button. Once it's fully imported, you'll notice a new folder called Dreadwolfen. Double click it, double click the folder yes no button, and we want to drag this prefab here into an empty spot into the hierarchy. Don't drag and drop it onto any of these things, just like that. The next step is to put this somewhere on the avatar. So I'm going to put it on the left hand so that I can press the buttons with my right hand. To do this, we just want to expand the armature of the avatar. Click on the arrow, click on the armature. For the hand bones, they're typically in hips, spine, chest, and then they're on one of the shoulders. So I will expand the left shoulder to get to the left hand. Once you've found the right bone, simply drag and drop the yes no button prefab onto the bone, and you should be good to go. So now we need to open up the Avatars 3.0 Manager. If you installed it correctly, you should have this tab up here called VR Labs. Click on it, click on Avatars 3.0 Manager, and this window should pop up. We want to drag in the avatar into this field here. So for my Regulus, drag and drop it, and all of these fields should appear. So we want to expand the FX section, so just click on the arrow next to it, and all of this should appear. We want to merge this animator with the yes no buttons animator, so click on add animator to merge, and then in this field we want to click on this circle here, and what we're looking for is controller _ yes no button. Select it and then click on the red button up here, and then click on the merge on current button, and this will merge the two animators into one. Once we've done that, we can move over to the parameters section by clicking this tab up here. Scroll down to copy parameters, click on the circle again, and this time we're looking for para _ yes no button. Make sure it's selected, click on the red X, and then scroll down again and click on the copy parameters button. If you've done it right, a new parameter should appear in this list called yes no button, and then we can close. So now click on the avatar itself, or you can click on this bit in the hierarchy. In the inspector tab, there should be a transform, an animator, an avatar descriptor, and a pipeline manager. What we're looking for is the avatar descriptor. So scroll down, and there should be a section called playable layers. Click on the arrow next to it. And we're looking for the FX section. Now there should be something here. Keep the name of that in mind. Now we want to move to the animator component, and you should see this field here. It might already say something, but for this and for most avatars it should say none. Click on the circle here, and we want to find the name of the animator that we just saw. It's not this one, for example, it's this one, FX layer. Once you have it selected, hit the red X, and now we can proceed. So now we need to open up the animator window. To do this, go to Window, Animation, and click on the Animation bit. Don't click on animator, don't click on animator parameter, click on animation. If you've done that right, this window should pop up. Click and drag this bit in the top left, and we want to move it down here next to the project and console bit. And doing that should dock it nicely. So we need to fix 6 of the animations that are on the yes no button. In order to navigate to these animations, we need to click on this drop down here. You can either just do a single click or you can click and hold, and we need to go to the anim_animations. So just go to the first one, and as you can see, the text on here is yellow. That means that the animation isn't able to find what it's supposed to. So to fix this, we just need to hit this red button here and then click on the yes no button game object, and then in the inspector we want to click on this tick and then just click on it again. If you have the red button pressed, there should be a new bit in the animation window. So with that done, we can just hit the red button again and the preview button. This next bit is very important, so make sure you pay close attention. Firstly, I would recommend just expanding this bit by dragging it out. Then double click on this yes no button GameObject.isActive. So what we want to do here is click on the right key button. We then want to put a /, then hold the control key and press A, and then hold the control key and press C. What that's going to do is it's going to copy this entire pathway. We can then just click out of it, click on the GameObject.isActive, then hit the delete button. Basically, what we've done there is we've taken the path name of this and added a / to it, and then copied it. So now what we can do is we can double click on this, and then instead of clicking the right key button, we can click the left, and that's going to place the little cursor to the left side of the text. And then we just want to paste into it by holding Control and then clicking V. Hit enter, and then it can now find the no sound. So we just want to do this to all the yellow text in all of these animations. You just double click, left arrow, Control V, and enter. So with that, I am now done. There's only 6 animations, so it shouldn't take you too long to do. And now we want to set up the expression menu so that we can actually toggle the button on and off. So to do this, we need to actually go to your avatar's expression menu. You should already be clicked onto your avatar. If not, just click onto it and go down to the avatar descriptor, expressions. Make sure it's expanded, and just click on the menu, and it should take you to where the menu is located. Add a new control by clicking the add control button here. We want to type in yes no button. We want to change the type to a toggle. We want to set the parameter to yes no button comma bool. I actually created a special icon for this, so you can find this by typing yes no icon, and with that the expression menu toggle is done. So technically the yes no button should now function perfectly well. However, as you may have noticed, it is currently between your 2 feet instead of in your hand. Earlier I put it in the left hand, so I can move it to the left hand. Alternatively, you could just set the position coordinates to 0, 0, 0, and it should put you somewhere near to where you want the button to be. So for now, I'm just going to roughly put it where the hand is. So the next step is we want to get out the Gesture Manager emulator. It's going to let us use the expression menu as if we were actually in VRChat. So just click on it, and it should add this new game object to the bottom of your hierarchy. We can just collapse the avatar. And now we want enter play mode. So just either click this button here on the Gesture Manager to enter play mode, or you can just enter it manually by clicking the play button up here. Once your game's finished loading, you should see something similar to this. Where's the avatar, you may be asking? Just switch over to the scene tab by clicking this bit, and then if we switch back to the game, if we have the Gesture Manager actually selected, the game camera should follow our scene camera. If you move your view around in the scene camera and the game camera doesn't mirror it, in the Gesture Manager, go to Tools, and then open up Scene Camera and make sure that your camera is selected here. So, to make things a bit easier, we can just expand Pose Avatar and click on the Start Posing button, and I'm going to move out his left upper arm, which should have the yes no button on it, then go back to the Gesture Manager, and as you can see, there's the yes no button. We can toggle it on, and there it is. If we switch to game mode, if everything's done right, you should be able to press the buttons and they should make sound. So if it doesn't work, then you may have done something wrong. If you aren't able to grab the fizz, then it may be a problem with using the scene camera. It should still work in VRChat though. So with that working, we can now just exit play mode. So basically, it's done now. You can upload the avatar to VRChat. However, we can refine the position of the button. The avatar is already in the FX layer, so just open up the animation window again by going to Window, Animation, Animation. We just want to play just a random animation, an animation that has nothing to do with the yes/no button. So by default it goes onto the default FX animation for me, and we just want to hit preview. And what that's going to do is it's going to make my avatar have this idle hands basically, and what we want to do is we want to expand it, go down to the yes/no button, and we just want to rotate it and position it until it looks decent. It might be easy if you switch it to local, and then it's just a bit easier to move and rotate. So we just want to position this so that it fits nicely and snugly into our hand. And as long as you haven't pressed this red button, there should be no issues. And again, make sure you're clicked on the actual yes/no button. So you can just toggle this off afterwards, make sure you hit preview, and I'd recommend going back to your avatar and removing this controller, as it has a potential breaking your entire avatar if you leave that on. Now, the yes/no button should be on your avatar, and you should be able to upload it easily without an issue. And in VRChat, you or anyone else should be able to easily press the buttons of the yes/no button once it's toggled on. And yeah, so thank you so much for following along with my tutorial. I hope you haven't encountered any issues. If you have, I would recommend just trying to remove everything yes/no button related off of your avatar and then try again. It should all work. If you do encounter any issues, you're free to contact me on Discord. My details should be in the README file. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!